Hi, my name is Peter McKay. I'm the business librarian here at the University of Florida. Today I'm going to introduce you to the business library and show you how to use it. The business library has more than 100 subscription databases containing everything from the latest business journals to sophisticated research journals, company reports, industry reports, country reports, accounting and tax information, marketing reports, and much more. I'm going to show you how it's organized so that you can navigate your way around it. And you'll see that on the front page of the business library, my picture is there and all of my contact information. Feel free to contact me anytime. You can call me, email me, or drop by my office in Library West. Now, Business Library really is composed of a series of guides to business information. For example, in the center of the page, you'll see one that says Business Databases. If I click on the link, I'll get an A through Z list of all of the subscription databases that the library has. Some of you may be familiar with some of them. ABI Inform has been around a long time. Basically, it's an index to business magazines, journals, periodicals, newspapers, and many other sources. One of the most popular databases is called Hoover's Online. This has company reports. We have many others, and we'll be going through and demonstrating a few of these today, the ones that are most useful. I can always get back to the Business Library homepage by clicking on the breadcrumb where it says Business Library 2.0. By the way, there's also a knowledge base built into the Business Library. For example, you'll see that there's some example questions on the bottom. Where can I find the Wall Street Journal online? If I click on this, it shows me that we actually have access to the journal in a couple of different databases, Factiva and the Wall Street Journal database on the ProQuest platform. I'm going to go back to the library homepage. At the top of every page is a banner. You can get to the library by clicking the George A. Smathers Libraries link in the banner. You can get to the university by clicking UF. On the right-hand side, there are instructions on how to access our databases off campus. There are basically two ways to do it. One is you can simply log into the proxy server here and carefully follow the directions. The second method is by using the VPN. Now, most of the graduate students and all of the ones who have received a computer from the business school will already have the VPN installed on their computer. So what you would need to do in that case is go to the program menu, launch the VPN client, and log in with your GatorLink account. Essentially what you're doing in that case is you're tunneling into the university's network and you have the same access as you would if you were on campus. On the left-hand side, there's a menu that is organized by subject. You'll see, for example, there are accounting materials, sources for business articles, the list of all databases, company information, industry information, marketing, international business. If I click on any of these links, such as the company information link, it brings up whatever guides in the business library point to company information. There's a company information center and a company research tutorial. We'll be looking at those in the next segment. I want to wind this first portion up by giving you some idea of the rich content that is available to you through the business library. And you should know that while you're a student at the University of Florida, you have better access to information than almost anyone in the world who is not at a top academic institution. Certainly you have better than almost all business people. I'm going to click on Recent Guides here. And here are some examples of some of the resources that you have access to. Dow Jones & Company, who publishes the Wall Street Journal, subscribes to a database called Factiva. Or, excuse me, they publish a database called Factiva. Factiva is a platform that hosts tens of thousands of business information sources, including all the Wall Street Journal editions, Barron's, the leading magazines like Bloomberg Businessweek, Fortune, Forbes, many general newspapers such as the New York Times, the Financial Times, the Washington Post, and literally thousands of other sources from all around the world. You'll see that when you connect to Factiva, right in the middle of the page is today's Wall Street Journal, and you can browse it by section. So it's very similar to Wall Street Journal Online. It's a little bit differently formatted. We also have the Harvard Business Review in one of our databases called EBSCO's Business Source Premier. The Harvard Business Review, we have the original first issue published in 1922 right through the current issue. In effect, while you're at the university, it is as though you have your own personal subscription to the Harvard Business Review. And the articles in the journal can be accessed either as text articles or in full PDF images of the pages just as they appear on the newsstand. One of the most popular databases is Hoover's. Hoover's essentially has both company and industry information. It's famous for the company profiles they write, and you can see I have Google up here. You can go into any subsection of the report to find industry information, news, the products and operations, the downloadable financial statements, an overview of the company, key historical events, who the top competitors are, stock price information, and SEC filings. Hoover's does have some industry research, specifically from a company called First Research. One of the best industry research databases we have is called IBISWorld. IBISWorld publishes reports on more than 700 U.S. industries. We also subscribe to their global industries and their China industry reports. So there are thousands of reports in here. They're very detailed. This is an example of one they published in March dealing with the outlook for the oil industry. We subscribe to Economist.com, which gives you full access to every article published in The Economist for the last 15 or 20 years, plus many special features. We also have subscriptions to the EIU databases that have country profiles. Data Monitor is a market research database. You'll see this is an example. This is about a 100-page report published in February looking at the future of the internet. These reports are loaded with statistics and data tables to give you information on market size, market share, and many other facets of the industry. Data Monitor has both company and industry reports. They have more than 3,000 industry reports for industries around the world. Excellent source for industries in foreign countries, in Europe, Asia, South America, even Africa. Many of you are probably familiar with LexisNexis. LexisNexis has a large news component, similar to what Factiva offers, but it also has a law component that enables you to do in-depth legal research. There is also company and industry information in here, although personally I prefer to use other databases like Hoover's and OneSource. I prefer to look in those sources first. We have a suite of Standard & Poor's publications, including their industry reports. Here's an example of one that was published on the computer hardware industry on April 21st. You can see from the table of contents the structure of these reports. There's a special section in here on how to analyze a company in the industry. We have a subscription to the Value Line Research Center, including all of their stock reports, mutual fund reports, and several other investment types. We have just picked up a subscription to Investex, which has investment research reports. Here's an example of a report published by J.P. Morgan on Apple Computer, or Apple Incorporated, dated April 15th, 2011. That concludes the first section of the presentation. Remember that you can always get back to the Business Library by clicking on the Business Library link.